Last summer, it was my privilege to walk where many of our parents and grandparents walked, on the shores of Omaha Beach in Normandy, France. It was there that many of our ancestors, as members of the Allied forces during World War II, fought and died to free France from the Germans and to preserve our freedoms around the world. It was an eerie feeling to walk that quiet beach and see the remains of the German bunkers, to pick up a handful of sand and imagine what hell my daddy and my uncles and many of your families must have experienced in those dark days of World War II. But it wasn't just soldiers who were called upon to support the war effort. Those who served were supported by doctors and nurses who were by their sides, by women who went to American factories to produce the goods needed to win the war, and the ordinary Americans who sacrificed in ways large and small to support the war effort. While I was on that beach in France, I scooped up some sand from that fateful beach to remind me that our freedoms aren't free. Today, Americans are again being called upon to make sacrifices. The coronavirus is in many ways our Pearl Harbor. Our country has been invaded by an enemy that will claim the lives of many of our citizens. Unfortunately, this is an enemy we cannot see, and that makes it harder to defend ourselves. As a result, we're being asked to do something that we're not very good at, and that is to stay at home. We know that the only way we can stop the spread of the coronavirus that has become a global pandemic is to limit the contact of people who have been infected. Until we have more tests available, we have to assume that everyone has the virus, and we have to keep our distance from each other. As your mayor, I urge you to take Governor Kay Ivey's stay-at-home order seriously. Please do not go out if you can avoid it. Obviously, you need to get food and prescription medicines for you and your families. Some of us must continue to work, but all of us can limit our travel and our contact with each other. This virus is causing serious problems all across the United States and has already claimed the lives of thousands of people. In Alabama, we have more than 2,000 cases and are not predicted to hit our peak for 2 more weeks. We know that it is in our community because 5 people have tested positive for the virus, and there are likely more cases that have not been confirmed. In Andalusia, we are supporting Governor Ivey's order by imposing a 10 p.m. curfew. That means you cannot gather in parking lots, street corners, or other public places. Only those people who have exceptions under Governor Ivey's stay-at-home order may be on the streets or sidewalks or other public areas within the corporate limits of Andalusia between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. This will continue as long as needed to curb the spread of the virus. Like you, I look forward to the day when we may again travel and socialize freely. But until then, until that day comes, I look at the sand from Omaha Beach and remember that we owe it to those who sacrificed for us to make this small sacrifice for the health and welfare of all Americans. God bless Andalusia. God bless Alabama, and God bless these United States.